What's going on, guys? It's Dylan from Bain Racing, and today I have a pretty cool video. I'm going to be stripping down this supercharged LS engine. Let's get into it. So before we fully strip it, I'll run you through a few things with it. It has been sitting for about 2 years outside, apparently, as you can see by the amount of corrosion that's on the block. The supercharger is obviously new. The customer added that himself without any of the stuff. I have taken a few things off already, like the balancer and the rear cover, before I've actually put it on the engine stand, because it's tough trying to get that off with an engine stand on. But other than that, it's pretty much tear it down, see what it needs, maybe put a camshaft in it, rockers, lifters, and yeah, just make it a stout little streeter. So let's get into tearing this thing apart. Alrighty guys, I'll give you a bit of a close-up, and this is pretty much the reason why I would always suggest just opening up an engine that you don't know the history of, or that's been sitting around, because as you can see, that's all just fine bits of steel sitting on there. And yeah, it's on the outside, but random washers I've even found just sitting up there in the valley, and even there's just a little bit of stuff, not too sure what that is. Could even be this fine powder that's worked its way down into there. You don't really want that type of stuff just sitting around. And even the rockers aren't super clean. Look at that, that's not overly clean. Yeah, it's a little bit of a hassle, but again, it has been sitting for a while out in the rain, so it's always good just to double check. You can always just start it up and see what happens, and you'll probably be fine, but again, you probably won't be. So it's good just to always give it a check. And even around the head bolts, the manifold bolts, sorry, it's just caked. There's even just garbage all the way in the back. I don't think the camera's picking that one up, but just in the back, yeah, little bits of whatever that is in the ports. You don't really want that stuff going through your engine, and I haven't even gotten to the sump yet. So let's take the heads off and see how the pistons all look, and then we'll flip it all over, and hopefully everything measures up well, and hopefully I don't need to buy a new crankshaft or terrible news to the customer. But let's get these heads off. Okay, so heads are off, as you can see. Just a pretty carboned up. Little bit of very light surface rust in there. Doesn't look terrible. I really start worrying when you actually start seeing pitting. That's when you know, okay, material has to be taken off a little bit. So we'll get all that cleaned up, make sure she runs smooth. I also notice there's a little bit of coolant in here still, so that's going to be fun to deal with. But overall, everything's looking, you know, standard from what I've been told. This Engine has, I think, 100,000 plus Ks. But yeah, either way, it is due for a freshen up, especially if we want a little bit more power, a little bit more reliability, and again, been sitting outside. So next step, front cover, take that off, then sump, and somehow I have to turn this thing over and not flood the engine room. This is already a little bit coolant just sitting down in there. There's reflection. So worst comes to worst, I'll take it outside, flip it over, and then bring it back in. But on to the next step. Well, the sump is off. I noticed the pickup only has one bolt holding it in. Haven't seen that one before. But all in all, everything looks good. I was worried there'd be a lot of rust in here, but there isn't, so that's a good sign. But let's start dropping pistons. Okay, well that is the LS completely stripped. I'm now in a room surrounded in parts, engine. So yeah, next step really is to just mic up the crank, make sure our sizes are on, make sure nothing is out of the ordinary, everything's pretty much in spec. From what I can see, everything looks pretty good. I don't know if you could hear me, I was trying to speak, I didn't have the microphone on, but the clearances all look quite fine. I don't see any massive wear on the bearings or delamination, which is a great sign. And even on the pistons, they all look very, very healthy. Pretty standard for that 100k area. Even in the cap, they look quite healthy. So the main thing to do now is measure up the crank, make sure that's good, make sure our clearances are good, make sure nothing's bent. I am relieved, considering that it was outside for so long. I thought, oh, here we go, rusted pistons, I'm gonna have to jackhammer them out, cut them out. But I'm good. It all came out actually incredibly smooth, better than I thought, thank God. So yeah, the LS is done. Now we just got to clean it, measure it, and see what we want to upgrade, see what we don't want to upgrade, see what we're going to keep. And then hopefully soon I can bring you another episode of actually assembling this thing and getting it back to the owner as quick as possible. Now I'm going to go weld up not a manifold, a fuel tank. Alrighty, the tank is done. And so is the engine, and so is the video. Now, I've definitely been gone for a little while, but life has been busy. Everything's been busy with the shop. So in the coming videos, I'm definitely going to be trying to be a little bit more present and make some more videos. But I do have some news for the Skyline. So pretty exciting. Hopefully that'll be on wheels soon. But I'll be making videos about that as well. And obviously the LS. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.